I'm asked all the time about what to do, where to eat, what to see, and there's a lot of things you can do on Oahu, but there's 4 really culturally rich places I want you to check out on the island. And this applies to even locals. Maybe you're born and raised here and you've heard of these things, but maybe you've never actually tried them. This is your reminder to go and do those things. So we're gonna walk you through what those 4 things are, learn something different about Hawaii, and understand the real Hawaii when you go here. The number 4 on our list is the Hawaiian Railroad Society. So we're right here. It's unfortunately closed today. We're filming on a Tuesday, but it is open on the weekend, every single weekend. And fun fact, if you come on a Sunday and grab the 3 p.m. train, they actually stop at Ko'olina for ice cream, which is a really fun treat for families. But why should you come here, right? What is here? What's the whole point of this? It's actually a really cool adventure because you get to ride the old original train. Obviously, they've kept up with the cars and stuff, but it's open air. It's awesome for families, for visiting grandparents. You get to ride this train from where we are in Ewa Beach, and you go through Kapolei on the backside all the way to Electric Beach, which is almost to Waianae. And so it's a good 30-45 minute ride there, and then again coming back. You get to see cattle. You really get to feel kind of what it felt like without all of the industrialization and building that's gone on in Ewa Beach and Kapolei. And the guide does a great job about talking about some of the original landowners and how land transferred from the Hawaiian Kingdom to these business owners. And it's just a really great experience that's going to take you outside of a museum and doing something else outside. And then they do have inside a really fun miniature railway museum as well. So if your little ones are obsessed with that kind of stuff, it's awesome to go check it out. Something unique in Hawaii that you're probably not going to guess is here, but I highly, highly recommend to get a dose of plantation days and what it was like outside here. All right, so number 3 on our list is going to be right behind me, and it's Hawaii's Plantation Village. So we're located here in Waipahu, and a lot of us have heard about this. We know our kids go here for field trips. Maybe you've come on the one-off when you've come here for the haunted Halloween that they do every October. But I really, really encourage you guys to come as grown-ups and really re-experience this place with fresh eyes. So what I love about this place is it's so, so good about bringing the old days back to life again. We have a restructured plantation village complete with a Chinese house, a Japanese shrine, a Chinese shrine, the Filipino house. You're gonna get to see the old market, like a general store, the barber shop where they would do their timestamps in and out of work. And just kind of get a glimpse of what life was like from the 1850s up to the 1940s living in Hawaii. And so what's cool about this is, like we always say, Hawaii is the melting pot of the Pacific, but this is why. It's plantation days. It's all these cultures coming together. Not a lot of people remember that this whole area, all of Waipahu, all of Ewa, and even parts of Waianae were sugarcane at one time. And so kind of going back into time and remembering these are our roots. My grandma used to work on the Dole plantation. She was born in Molokai, raised in Wahiawa. My husband's family came from the Philippines and worked on the sugar plantation in Maui and then came to Oahu. And it's definitely part of who we are, but it's up to us as parents and this next generation to teach these kids who they are and where they come from. And this is one of these places I always recommend. My husband and I are now members of this place because we love it so much. And again, it's just gonna bring fresh eyes to old history and make it new again. And I really encourage you guys to get out of the city and come to the west side to check this out. All right, so number 2 on our list is by far the most beautiful of all the places that I want you to check out, and that is right behind me, the gorgeous Iolani Palace. So fun fact and newsflash if you didn't know, but the state of Hawaii used to be its own royal kingdom before the United States took over. So you actually get to go inside, you get to tour, you get to touch, smell, see exactly what it would have been like as a guest to be greeted into the palace, go into the throne room where you would have met the king or the queen. You get to go upstairs, you get to see the residences where they slept and ate and all of those things. You get to see the queen's quilt when she was kept in captivity by the United States government. She sewed this amazing huge quilt that is just incredible to look at by hand. And then the fun part, you get to go downstairs into the vault where all of the queen's jewelry is stored. So we're talking gold, silver, and the big old jewelry. You get to see that up close and personal. Her crowns, I mean, just quite a collection of archives that's right there for us. And then I want to say too, this isn't necessarily like your fun, typical Hawaiian vacation stop, but it's so, so important that you understand the history of this land and where the people come from and what they've been through to get to where they are today. And you kind of start to understand a little bit of the remorse and the tension between tourists and locals because it stems from this history. So it is a sombering tour, I will say that. It's not one where you're going to be laughing a lot, taking a lot of selfies, but this is absolutely something very important to learn. And I think especially for my locals, if you've been here once, that's awesome. But if you haven't been in at least 2 years, come again, because you're gonna learn something new. You're gonna have a fresh perspective of it. And it's so important, especially for our next generation, to also understand and respect this history. So you gotta check it out. Number 1 is gonna be Bishop Museum right behind me. I love this place. Not only do they have amazing exhibits, amazing things to look at and do, but they also offer events. So I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty because I want you to experience it for yourself, but just know that the Bishop Museum really prides itself on Hawaiian history, on the history of the state, also on science, geography. I'm trying to think what else. They bring in guest experiences and different exhibits that you wouldn't get normally, so those rotate every single year. And honestly, just a place to romp around with the kids and get to experience a different version of Hawaii than you would in Waikiki. So we are located in town, but just on the other side of the freeway, so not directly in Waikiki. It's open every single day, Monday through Sunday. They offer kama'aina discounts. And again, I'm sure you've heard of this place. You've probably come on a school trip once or twice. But if you're visiting to Hawaii, this is something you've got to bookmark as a place to come and exhibit. But there's so much to do here, so check it out. All right, so that wraps up this video of those 4 things to do on Oahu that you've probably heard of and haven't been, or you need to go again. And just a reminder, if you are someone who is looking for real estate, whether that's to buy a house, to sell a house, to move here, to leave here, I would love to be that connection and really help you do that seamlessly. So you can reach out. My contact information is below. If you got something informational out of this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We have a new video coming out every single Friday for you. We'll see you next week. Bye.